like to welcome you all to Deer at Tangerine Sky Park, our newest public art installation here in the town. So I've had the pleasure over the past couple years to be involved with this project and to help coordinate it from the town's perspective. But we have had so many people involved in this that just wanted to take a moment to go through everyone and say thank you, essentially. So this project started as basically a brainstorm about how can we get public art in this community, but how can we get youth involved as well. And so when we heard about the Transportation Art by Youth grant through the Pima Association of Governments, it just fit perfectly. We have lots of transportation projects going on in this town, and we needed art, and we have great students here in this community. We had already done some work with the MHS welding program, and so I met up with Kenton Webb, who's their instructor, and had a chat about what this might be able to look like if we were able to do an art project. And he graciously said, "All right, let's try this. You know, this might be a little crazy, but let's give it a shot." So with that in mind, we met with town management, and we said, "Hey, let's do something, and let's get some community input on it too." So we have a citizens forum at our town that gives input on different issues and ongoing things in the community. And so we reached out to them and said, you know, could we do a subcommittee that would help us advise and give input on this piece of art. And so we had 5 members graciously give their time to help us. And I'm going to read their names right now. Ron Hill, Angela Wagner-Gabbard, Don Duncan, Valerie Pilara, and Michael Smentek. So they were a huge help throughout this whole project. And they actually helped us select the artist for it. So we went out and we did a full RFP process for an artist to come in and deliver something that was basically just, we wanted to represent the community, we wanted to be something metal, because we're working with the welding students. So it made sense, right? It's only natural. So through that process, we were lucky enough to have Trevor O'Toole, our artist, sitting right up here up front. I promised him I wouldn't put him on the spot, but I'm going to anyway. So he submitted this wonderful concept of a family of deer, and I really loved, and we all really loved, where he was coming from with it, because we had asked the artist to look at Marana's history and heritage, both natural and cultural, and his background for why he thought that this really fit our community really spoke to us. He felt that it represented our natural environments, but it also represented family and our history through family and through environment. And that spoke to all of us, and so we went forward, and thus began the amazing journey that has culminated in all of us being here today. So we went forward. It's been a couple years, and it's been a long and engaging process with all the groups involved. We could not have done this without the students. They were the driving force behind this, and I'd like to read their names now as well. So the students that were involved were Austin Bott, John Campbell, Randall Chambliss, Cameron Daly, Michaela Rodriguez, Brandon Scholes, and Scott Washington. And as I mentioned, Kenton Webb is their instructor. And these students, they worked extremely hard to help co-construct these deer. And they gave it their all, and I'm sure you can see behind me, they did an absolutely amazing job. And the work they did for us will literally last in this community forever. These things are strong, they are heavy, they are, the big buck behind me is 700 pounds, so it's not going anywhere. And you can't see it with the paint, but that is steel underneath there. So All of this just represents this foundation of community in Marana between the town, between the school district, between the young people, and between our regional governments. I think that it's a project that just exemplifies community in every aspect. So with that, I would like to hand it over to Jamshed Mehta, our interim town manager come Monday, and he will continue on with a few words of thanks.
Good morning. Good morning. With all the accolades that Tony mentioned for those from the artists, the folks who funded it, the students who participated in the welding project, there's also the constructors, the contractors who helped install it, the folks who are involved in landscaping, and the folks who will eventually be taking care of it, also town staff. But I'd also like to really commend Tony Hunter for taking this project from cradle to, I don't know exactly what to say next, from cradle to inauguration, I presume. He's taken it from, and as he said, it's been over 2 years, maybe 2.5 years. Tony's been on it from the beginning. We had no idea what it'll end up, who would be doing it, and gradually, step by step, through every process. And in the town, it takes a lot to get anything done along these lines. Also, to quickly mention about art, this is obviously the first of its kind in terms of public art. And as with anything in art, it can stir different emotions with different folks. It means different things to different people. And as a result, some of us sometimes tend to hold back or not want to be part of it because who knows how you might be judged. And there's a hesitation to participate, there's a hesitation to put in the best that your heart really believes in. Well, I think this is a great beginning because there's nothing that can stir controversy. This blends in with the nature that we have all around us. This is what Marana is all about, trying to fit in with the natural environment that it's around with. So I think this being a great beginning, hopefully there'll be a few more of these concepts. We can identify locations where art is best suited, and of course the community and the council and everybody and the residents will have a lot of say in deciding what that might be. So this is a tremendous beginning, and with that, congratulations to the team and to Tony. And Mayor, if you'd like to make the grand announcement for the opening. Thank you.
You know, I have to tell you that I'm getting more traffic on this project in the last couple of weeks than we've had on anything in our community. I can tell you from an experience, we used to have a horse and rider down in front of the Circle K on Sandario Road. Tens of thousands of tourists took pictures with that horse and rider. And I can tell you that this project is absolutely beautiful. The design is beautiful, the construction is beautiful, and there will be hundreds of thousands of pictures taken over the next years with this beautiful project. And everybody is noticing it. It's something that we should all be very proud of, and I'm very proud of. And I think this is just shows how the town and artists and young people can work together to do something that will make our town very proud for many, many years to come. So we don't have a ribbon to cut today, but I would like to officially announce the grand opening of the Deer Project in Tangerine Sky Park. And thank you very much, all of you, for the work you did.
All right, and please enjoy some Danishes and mini muffins and coffee, and feel free to take a walk around the deer and take a closer look.